right, so in this one, we do have the kits for the new Legends Festival headliners of Synchro fusing Super Gogeta. Everyone was predicting this guy, as well as LF Janemba. Both LFs, obviously. Gogeta is a green ranged, and Janemba, I believe, is a yellow melee type. So, bit weird choices. Definitely a weird choice for Gogeta being a green ranged. But we shall see the kits, and hopefully they're good. Anything else that's new info that's actually important is Ultra Super Saiyan Goku, the red one, the free-to-play one, is getting a plat equip. So that's nice, as well as Metal Cooler is getting like 55% plus damage guard on his base kit, and he gets more damage guard per life he does lose. So he actually might be a real tank, Metal Cooler, and this guy is green. So Metal Cooler might actually kind of cook a little bit. You might unironically run Metal Cooler with this unit right here, because it even stats. So we'll see what goes on there. And then we're getting some crazy supporters within Baba, who has a, I think, what, 20-30% chance to reverse a rush guess. Yes, crazy. As well as Yema, who is sealing an opponent for, I believe, 15 counts at peak, just like Master Roshi would, or any other that has that seal effect. So, kind of wild abilities going on. And, well, let's see what this unit does here. With them being, what are they given? Blast Attack 38%, Strike Defense 30%, and Blast Defense 18%. No Strike anywhere on offense, okay. Blast Armor on their strikes. Thankfully, again, they are Synchro units, so think of FSV, FSG, those units there. On Blast, on activation, damage plus 20%. Sure. On blue card, activation, unit gauge plus 20%. Switch gauge plus 100%. So you can miss the blue card and get your tag switch there. Special plus 30%. On a hit, destroy 3 enemy cards. Blast armor again. Green card, on activation, key plus 50. Switch gauge plus 60%. Weird they don't draw a card on that. Like when it hits, they do. But like it should, I mean, I wish it was a self-green card, I guess I could say. Because Gogeta's is a self-green card. The Synchro, it is not. On hit, draw one card if hand has 3 or fewer, cancel object downgrades on normal conditions, allow me so count plus 2, combos when say strike, blast, green, or blue. And on switch attack, or rather switch ability, attack switch to Vegeta, health 10%, unit gauge plus 10%, enemy Dragon Balls minus 1. No cover null on switch? No cover null? That might be a problem. Okay, that might be a problem. Alright, interesting. Starter ability, 305% to damage inflicted, 20% damage guard. I believe Janemba and Gotenks, because Gotenks is 1% between both banners, kind of like Krillin was 1% between both Ultra banners we just had with the Namek units. I believe they both have higher damage guard, funny enough. But Gogeta gets more. Obviously, you can see here just later on, but it's restricted to allies, which is a bit weird. Gear card plus 70%, draw speed plus 1. Also, per other movie or fusion battle member, you get more damage inflicted, so your peak would be 345 on damage inflicted, as your damage guard peak would be 230. I still believe Janemba has 5% more, but 230% damage guard there, as well as feature boost, which is what, 10%? So there's a damage guard for them. On tag switch or battlefield entry, you draw one card. Okay, on tag switch, you do get covered. Oh, there it is. Okay, nice. It wasn't in the other ability section. Key plus 30, you get cover null 5 counts, so on tag switch or on entry. Defense neutral 5 counts, destroy one enemy card, as well as debuffing their art's power, strike and blast 15%. On strike and blast start to use, you get your gauge plus 5% unique gauge, and then your switch gauge plus 6% one time. When hit by enemy arts, unique gauge plus 5%, sub counts minus 1, all enemy cure coverage minus 30, 5 counts. Also, if health is 50% or lower, so you hit below 50%, just like the other Synchro units, you do get 20% health back, Synchro gauge plus 50%, keep minus 100 to the enemy, as well as all enemy sub counts plus 2. I would have liked to see they destroy the entire enemy hand as well as key minus 100, because key minus 100, they could just swap out. Like, if they had that sub count manipulation, let's say you plan it. Android 13 gets his gauge filled, this procs, and then you swap out because he lowered his ally sub count. You can plan around that a little bit, so it's okay. It'll disrupt a good bit, but the meta units will not care about this disrupt. It's okay. It's okay enough. Well, the alpha enemy activates a blue ultimate awakened or rush, ally sub count minus 5. Janemba does have endurance and Gotenks, so makes sense for that. Cancel enemy buff effects 2 times. Activation share between Goku and Vegeta, so it's only twice totality-wise. It's not 2-2, so 4. It's only 2 total. Special cover change to a blast cover change, as well as comes into a blue card. Unique gauge is a time type gauge. Same thing for Janemba. When unique gauge becomes full, damage plus 10%, uncancelable, health store 10%, all uncancelable. Besides the ally health plus 15%, and ally damage plus 10% there. Charges very slowly while not defeated. Janemba's charges very quickly. You'll see it more common than you'll see Gogeta's, obviously, there. Then Synchro, when you do fuse, you get 100% health back, charges slightly each time switch ability is used, as well as Vegeta here. You can't see, same thing, obviously, same precedence, same thing. We're always going to scroll through past a little bit quicker here. There's nothing crazy going on. I mean, the vanish gauge, 70% there I see on the Vegeta is nice, so you can vanish multiple times. Goku doesn't have that, only Vegeta does. Again, scroll too fast, they're not going to be much different. He has a strike cover, Goku's a blast, makes sense. And then, same thing, and now you get to Gogeta, where it's actually different stuff in their kit. Where it is on activation of strike, 20% damage inflicted again. Same thing for the blast. Actually went from just blast to both strike and blast. Blue card, I believe it doesn't have blast armor, so I think it's a nullify. Yeah, nullify blast starts and endurance, so his nullify armor. You see that on some ultras with their ultimates. I think this is the first LF that has that, the nullify armor, so there's that. Special damage plus 50%, and endurance null 10 counts there on activation, so you can miss it. Maybe someone with endurance comes in, Janemba, I guess, comes in, and then you can just do normal cards and kill him, right? On hit, destroy 3 enemy cards. Green card, draw 1 card, 10% health, key plus 50, vanish 7%, cancel edge down against normal conditions. So it's like a mix of Goku's and Vegeta's together, which makes sense. When gauge is full, you go neutral 5 counts overall. All enemy sub counts plus 2. On main ability, you draw a blue card next, draw up to 3 cards if hand is 3 or fewer. Get health back 50%, key plus 50, Dragon Balls plus 2, protect hand for 5 counts. Immune to abnormal conditions would have been nice, like card cost upping from like UV4 or something, or even Frieza. But nothing there with that is, again, it's an okay main ability there. Then unique, on fusion or battlefield entry, draw a green card next, draw 1 card if hand is 3 or fewer. Health 10%, key 30, damage 30. You gauge charge rate 100%, get cover null there as well. Uncancelable, look at that. Look at that. On entry, it's uncancelable cover null. So if you're fighting against a CMZ, you can rush a CMZ. You just enter as Super Gogeta. You don't green card. If you green card, you're going to override it, and you have cancelable cover null. This is uncancelable. You just enter, just like LFMZ can rush CMZ without clicking a card. Same thing there. You get uncancelable cover null. You can rush a CMZ type, which is obviously very effective, especially because you will be neutral during that, so you won't take a billion damage as well. Nullify endurance, 10 counts. Again, very good against Janemba, even Gotenks, even, I don't know, Ultra Cell, UV4, Frieza, like there's a lot of endurance running around. Go defense neutral on entry, as well as destroy 1 enemy card, same arts power debuff they had before. After strike and blast start to use if hand is 1 card or fewer, draw 2 cards, key plus 50, when hit by enemy arts, ally sub count -2, 1 time. Key recovery -40%, and then when on battlefield, an enemy uses a big move, ally sub counts -5, cancel enemy buff effects 2 times there. So I believe that's different than the Goku Vegeta ones. The total they have 4 cancel buff effect, but 2 in the pre, 2 in the post. And then cover is a strike cover into a blue card. You can see what the time type gauge does while full. There's no damage inflicted, special move damage plus 50%, all arts cost -5. When enemy attack ends with full unique gauge, ally health 10%, ally sub counts -2, enemy key -40. Charges while not defeated and consumed when enemy attacks with full unique gauge. So, Gogeta looks pretty promising. Again, him being ranged, I'm very much hoping his stats are even. I think about the other Synchro units, I think their stats aren't even. I think they have a very high stat gap, so I hope this guy's more even so he fits on more teams. His best team, most likely on a paper threshold. I mean, I'm just spitballing ideas. Depending how good Metal Cooler does become, if you're forced a fusion or movie team, I mean, it's going to be Android 13, obviously. And if Metal Cooler is bulky enough to warrant this character, being used, like, Metal Cooler has a way to be used. I know Janemba exists, but Metal Cooler is defense neutral some cards. If he's good enough, right? If he's not, it's weird, because there's not really a team. I guess Gotenks? There's not really a full team for this Gogeta. It's a bit odd that he's ranged, especially because he might have that really high stat gap between strike to blast, which would hurt him. And green, I get the choice. Kefla's a little bit old. I get it. And she's also melee. It's just interesting. I'm just intrigued by these units. I don't really even have an opinion yet. I'm just intrigued. I'm sure they're going to be great. Will they be the best of the best? I don't know. I really can't tell. But let's get to Janemba's kit, which should be a lot shorter than this because this is a lot. So we do have the kit here for LF Janemba, which, again, yellow melee type unit. And you can see here his ability is going to be giving, double defense. Oddball. Okay, you got it, Janemba. Then strike attack extra, and then if regen strike damage plus 10%. a very high percent. Hello? Okay, sure. On strike, he does activation. Enemy damage received plus 50%. Blast armor on it. Blast cards, also debuffing them for damage received. On blue card, on activation, damage plus 30%. Uncancelable. Damage plus 30% for special move damage, as well as enemy key minus 80. Blast armor on that. Green card, on activation, draw one card. Key plus 40, damage plus 30%. This guy's going to hit fucking hard, by the way. On a hit, ambulance has to pass by. Next, activate special move arts cost minus 20. Can't stack. So you have to keep refreshing it. You do the blue, it's the 30. Do the blue again, it's the 30. You have to keep refreshing it. Enemy health store minus 50%, 10 counts there. Combos into a strike, blast, green, blue, ult with blast armor on it again. And then on ult itself, he has none of that nullify stuff. He only has blast armor here. On activation, you draw an ult on main. What? Oh, okay. On ult, you draw your ultimate, obviously. You use your ultimate, right? I'm an idiot, I can't read. Vanish gauge plus 100%, so you get vanish back. Ult damage goes plus 30%, as well as nullify endurance there for 3 counts. Also, if 6 time counts at the last battle start, your ult damage is put plus 30% more. I don't really understand that, but sure, why not? Extra damage, why not? And then Dragon Ball is plus 2. Jesus fucking Christ. Don't waste that main ability. That's a free fucking rush gain. Main ability here, or rather the ultimate. Draw the ult, get health plus 4%, key plus 40, ally sub counts minus 5, destroy entire enemy hand there. Not terrible. Damage guard, yeah, he does have 5% more damage guard than Gogeta, even at peak. With it being 325% damage inflicted, so same peak as Gogeta. No more damage guard by 5%. 235% damage guard, key recovery plus 50%, draw speed plus 1, protect hand for 50 counts, and endurance 40%. This is a puddle endurance. Most units' endurance is 20% health back. He gets 40, which is obviously a lot more, double. On battlefield entry, unique gauge plus 100%, health plus 10%, key plus 20. He goes defense neutral 5 counts on entry. Enemy key minus 35 and destroys all their greens and blues, which is pretty important. MZ sniping you is going to be a pretty harsh thing that could happen with Janemba, right? So destroying his blue cards to snipe you, which is a quick animation blue, that's a, beam. Destroying those would be problematic. If you didn't, green cards, MZ's green cards are very fucking annoying, so destroying those is very nice. On battlefield entry, enemy cover changes, you draw a blue card 1 time. This resets every switch, so they switch, you keep getting those blue cards again, and that blue card does want to hit hard, because it will hit hard. Key plus 40, crit damage plus 10%, crit. Ooh. Ally damage plus 15% there. You did see Gogeta had no support in his kit. Janemba does have at least a little bit. While battlefield, enemy performs a special cover change 2 times, ally sub counts minus 3, seals enemies blue cards, 5 counts. Actually pretty impactful. When hits by an enemy arts 1 time, he seals their rush 5 counts, all enemy key recovery minus 60% 5 counts, and all enemy draw speed minus 2 for 5 counts. So not bad. Reducing their key would have helped with the minus key recovery, obviously, but it's a decent disrupt again. Decent disrupt is more accurate than amazing disrupt with a lot of these characters. When on battlefield, an enemy activates a blue, ult, awakened, or a rush 3 times, ally health plus 10%, ally sub count minus 5, and cancel enemy buff effects again with endurance. Cancel buff effects. He's not going to be rush food in a lot of sequences, but Gogeta could just pop him normally because he does have the endurance null and he has more endurance null in his kit. Janemba, blast cover change into the blue card, the combos, and then his unique gauge, a time type. Based on their times consumed, first time he gets his gauge, you get a card, get key plus 30, damage plus 30%, that's uncancelable, draw speed plus 1, so he's level 2 card draw speed, 5 counts there, as well as nullify, special card changes some more cover null on the gauge. Second and on, you get vanish back 80%, 1 time, resets on switch, damage on next arts, 80%, so whether it be the blue card, the strike, whatever, your ult, it's going to hit like a fucking nuke on 80%, uncancelable, not stacking, so you have to keep going again and again and again for the next gauge. Crit rate plus 40%, 2 counts, uncancelable, and nullify element disadvantage, overall neutral for 2 counts, uncancelable, which I get it. It's supposed to be that first card hits like a fucking truck, and that'd be, sometimes it takes 1 to 2 counts to do, depending the timers. I get it. It's just 2 counts is kind of short. It's a little short for neutral. You kind of want to, temper that a little bit. So I don't know about that. Charges very rapidly while on the battlefield and consumed entirely on strike, blast, blue, or ult use with the full unique gauge there. So again, I don't really have a finite opinion team-wise for him if you're thinking about it. I mean, obviously he has PO, so you just slap him with fucking MZ, CMZ, do that. Most likely you're going to put, if I'm going to guess someone's best team in the game, my very first thought would be, well, CMZ's already squishy. Here's a different safety I can use with another safety I already have of 13. MZ, 13, Janemba, right? No one's going to stop you from that. You could leader slot MZ and then put DBS Broly bench Zenkai buff 13. You could put LF Gogeta Blue bench Zenkai buff Janemba. You could put Yellow Broly bench Zenkai buff Janemba, which is HP and Zenkai buff for Janemba because that's a yellow PO. So Janemba's going to have a field day with his Zenkai buffs and teams. He has much more expansive, I guess you could say, teams that could flow for him because, well, he's not green ranged when his main teams would be strike. He's a strike unit when his teams are strike. It makes sense. Again, Gogeta's weird with that. But let me know what you think of their kits, and I'm going to make some breakdowns for their best teams and equips, and I'll see you in the next one.